Hello. A little late today because I was watching the end of the Dodger game, and they're still in the bottom of the seventh, which is the last inning today because they did a doubleheader. So I don't know who won. So I'm sure Kevin or somebody will tell me if the Dodgers won or not, or if they blew it. So I'll find out. It's a busy day today. It's at the office sending out programs to the TV stations. Hey, Jeff, got your email. Glad you guys got them again. I'm sure you're happy you're on land. I was supposed to be in Santa Barbara today, but they were calling for 30 to 35 knot winds tonight, so that trip got postponed until October. Hey, Henry. Hey, George. Vincent. All right, cool. So the Dodgers won both games. Thank you. I knew somebody would tell me soon, so I wasn't stressing about it. So I thought I'd come over here. Yeah, so originally I told you guys I probably wouldn't be here today, but I am here. So we'll see. I'm glad the weather wasn't that bad, Jeff. I mean, you have a bigger boat. My little boat wouldn't handle it. But I will be out there. It looks like Saturday. Hopefully we'll get out. I have a private charter for Sunday for sure. That trip's all sold out going to Catalina. But the trip on Saturday, I still have 2 spots open, so I need to sell one more spot at least to make the trip happen. So if anyone's interested in going a local half-day trip on Saturday, here is the link. And we're going to do the raffle today. We didn't sell that many tickets, but a couple of guys have bought tickets. 3 people so far, I think, have bought tickets in the last 2 weeks. So I want to at least get them priced. So I got tickets in here. And we're going to do these prizes back here, all these stuff. So we're going to do that today. And just in case anybody wants to get in the raffle, here is the link. And they are $5 each. Buy 1, buy 10, whatever you want to do. No pressure. But yeah, after Tuesday you can. Tuesday we're going to call everybody up and see who can make the new date. It's going to be October 8th, it looks like, a Friday. So yeah, after Tuesday, like next Thursday, we'll open it up and then people can sign up. Hey, Robert. Lake Elsinore. It must be hot out there. Yeah, and we have spots available still for Thursday. I'm surprised that Thursday's trip isn't sold out. We'll be on the Triton. There's been quite a few yellowtail at Catalina in the past week or so. I'm hoping it's going to get better even with all the warm water. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's 2 hurricanes coming up from Cabo right now. And that's going to just make the water even warmer. And hopefully that's going to push some of those yellowtail that were down below Coronado's, push those up to Catalina. So we still have like 10 spots available for Thursday. So if any of you want to go, we are going for sure. I can't cancel the trip. We got to film. So this will be filmed for TV. There's a link there. And we have 10 spots available if any of you would like to join us. Chum Chum First time into your show. Well, welcome. I just got a notice from YouTube that I'm live right now. That's cool. Here, April. April. April, come make your first appearance. Come say hello to the people. There she comes. I'm already starting to get inquiries for lobster fishing, which surprises me. I mean, it's only like a month away, so that's nice to know. What else is here? So what's that? Fabby? F-A-B? He's saying, "What? Hi, Dan. What kind of fish can I get in Cabo San Lucas late September?" I don't go down to Cabo San Lucas in September just because that's hurricane season. And I know a lot of people like to go because there's discounts on the rooms and everything because nobody wants to be down there during hurricane season. I've been down there in September quite a few times, and a few times I've had to help resorts get boats out of the water, board up windows, and all that because hurricanes were coming in. So if you don't have to go in September, I would recommend not going. But if you're locked into it and you got to go, you'll get everything. If weather permitting, you can get out. There's marlin, sailfish, dorado, wahoo. The other thing that might be an issue late September is that the water may be so warm, like above the 80s, maybe even the 90s, where there aren't that many fish down there. They run to the cooler water, so that's one thing you have to watch out. Jorge, going fishing in Monte Carlo Saturday twilight. That should be good. Might be a little windy. Saturday they're calling for 15 knot winds, but on a big boat like the Monte Carlo, that shouldn't be a problem. My little boat, that would be a problem. But I have charters on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday we're going to be fishing local on Saturday, so we'll be in and out before the wind starts to come up. And then on Sunday I'll be running to Catalina. And Sunday the weather looks like it's going to be better than Saturday, so that should be a nice trip out to Catalina that day. So Jeff says, yeah, 2 hurricanes. His friends went south today, below Ensenada, and got yellowtail. Oh, yellowfin tuna, dorado, and yellowtail. All the yellowtail that they want. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll push up. I'm hoping it pushes all the way up to Catalina because they're starting to see more yellowtail at Catalina, and we need to get a lot more yellowtail here. It seems like the local fishing is like a month behind, but all of a sudden all these hurricanes are really loading up. So there's the raffle information again. Vincent, did you get to walk April today? Yeah, I walked her before I went to work today. We went on a nice walk, couple blocks long. Kind of power walked her the first part because she likes to stop at every tree, but I wanted to walk a whole block without stopping, trying to go a little bit faster. So we did that. Working on my endurance, so that was good. Tuna Slayer, hi Dan, watched you on TV for years. Yep, Tuna Slayer, this is my 34th year on TV. So, God willing, we'll make it to 35. Tim, I'm glad you like those lobster videos. Yeah, Tuna Slayer, I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday when I'm not doing a trip. Like if I'm on an overnight trip, I won't be here. Or if I'm traveling, like one week I missed because I was down the East Cape. But if I'm in town and around, like even a half day trip or a local charter, I'll be back here in time. So I'd be glad to talk to you guys. We started this during early COVID, and we are doing it like 3-4 nights a week, and it's just kind of built up to this. So I think twice a week is a good time to do it. Chum Chum, are you still hosting fishing classes for kids at Lake Lake? We would be hosting them, but the lake hasn't let us do anything yet. So, no. Once we get permission to do it, we will. What I have been doing in the meantime is on the days of club meetings, I've been doing YouTube Live. So I've been doing that. But at our clubhouse, no. And then I don't know if you heard what happened to our clubhouse. Like the second week of, I think it was the third week of March or last week of March. It was like the second week that the whole COVID shutdown happened. Our clubhouse at Lake Lake got broken into, and we lost about $3,000 worth of fishing tackle. We lost an easy up. We lost some of the other youth foundation stuff. So if we ever get to do fundraiser again, we got to make that money back up. We had a swap meet scheduled for the summer. Of course, that got postponed, canceled. And we have a swap meet scheduled for November. And right now we don't have anything going on. Local trip. What else is going on? Yeah, George, I know what you mean about Lake Lake. I grew up there, and when I was a kid, I would go with my parents over there in the evenings after my dad got home from work, and after we had dinner. Sometimes we'd have dinner there at the lake. We would fish for the big carp, and for us, catching a 20-pound carp, 15-pound carp was like catching a tuna because we'd never caught anything that big. So that was a fun thing. And I was really young then. Like my dad wouldn't even let me hold the rod because we're afraid I'd lose the rod. So I was really young, and he'd bring them in. It was always fun. And I was really happy when they gave me the clubhouse there at Lake Lake. So it was cool. Jeff Cabo watching that news. Yeah. George, let me know how long are your trips. Which trips are you talking about? The trip that we have on the Triton is 6 a.m. to like 4 p.m., 5 p.m. The trip I have Saturday, where I have 2 spots available for the private charter, that trip is 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. So if you'd like to go on that trip, I only have 2 spots available, and it's just a local half-day trip. So we'll leave out of Long Beach at 8 a.m., and we will be back around 1 p.m. What's for dinner, Rodney? My parents stopped in while I was at work, and my mom left some food in the refrigerator. Haven't really looked at it and see what it is yet, but I will be having my mom's cooking for dinner tonight. Don't have to think about it. Cowgrow. Would shrimp be the best bit for fishing for sheephead? What depth? And I know you can catch them near shore as well. If you're fishing Catalina or even the horseshoe, yeah, shrimp is the best bet. You want to fish it right on the bottom. Don't suspend it like halfway or anything. Sheephead like to run along the rocks and the reefs and the kelp. They really like the kelp. It's like the horseshoe kelp, stuff like that, where there's kelp. You can probably catch them at Isers and some of the other rock piles, but normally they like kelp. And at Catalina, we catch them. What was kind of neat is we had a guy, I think he's on here today. He comes on some of my private charters. He was fishing for sheephead, never caught a sheephead before. He was on the gale force trip, and he's heard me talk lots of times about using shrimp. And he took shrimp with him on this trip that we had on the gale force about a week or two ago. And he hooked a yellowtail, but he was there. He wanted to catch sheephead. I think he got his limit of sheephead. I know he got at least 3 or 4 that I saw him get. So I think he ended up with his limit, and he hooked a yellowtail too. And the skipper said that's like the second or third time that he's seen a yellowtail eat a shrimp on a dropper loop like that. George, been watching your show since I was 10 years old, and he's 42 now. All right, so you missed my show for like 2 years. When I was like 8. When you were like 8, I guess, is when I started. This is my 34th year on TV. Matthew, Top Gun 80 canceled due to rough weather. Yeah, I can imagine that. It's been, I don't know how bad it's blowing in San Diego. I don't think it's nearly as bad as it's blowing up north. And the skipper and the boat owner called me on Monday to postpone our trip for tonight, just because he said it was going to blow over 30, and when I checked the weather report for up there, it said it was going to blow up to 35 knots tonight, and he said he didn't even think we'd be able to pull off the dock. So he was right. So we did the wise thing and postponed the trip till October. Calgrow, lobster fishing would be fun, great in the barbecue. Yeah, most of the lobster stuff I do, it isn't like to catch limits of lobster. It's more like an introductory to lobster fishing. We usually just stay in the harbor in Long Beach, and we get some. We don't get limits, but we get some. The best place to get limits is to go to Catalina, but it's over 2 hours in the dark over there and 2 hours back. So if you want something simple and easy, in the harbor is how we like to do it. Going to Catalina on Saturday. Yeah, you should do good, Saints fan. I'll be there on Sunday. Hi, Terry. Hey, Brian's here from Oregon. Hello. Yeah, there's Rodney. Hey, he caught 3 sheephead at Catalina, the double dropper lip rig. Jeff, yes, when lobster season's open in October, I will run lobster trips on my boat out of Long Beach and fish in the bay there. Like I said, we don't get like limits of lobster, but if you want to go out for an evening and give it a shot and learn what it's like, it's a lot of fun. Jeff, why was I in San Diego yesterday? It was a quick rundown there. I was did an interview with Frank, the owner, not the owner, the manager, and I think he's one of the partners now at H&M Landing. You'll see that video tomorrow on my YouTube channel. Also went and did some little interviews with tackle shops, Angler's Choice, another one in Oceanside, and another one in San Diego. So I did that. So I was down there for that, and then ran back home. I didn't spend just a few hours in San Diego. Okay, Tracy has a question here and says, please take a few minutes to explain the proper tipping on a half day, 3/4 day. Do you tip the captain or do you tip the cook? Okay, so if you're on a private charter, you tip the captain, and then the captain's going to split it up. If you're on a party boat, a half day party boat, 3/4 day, overnight trip, you're normally going to tip one of the deckhands. And sometimes it happens in the galley. Most of the times it'll happen in the galley at the end of the day. So if you've never been on an open party trip, they normally don't want to collect money all day long. What they do is they just give you a number. So when you sign in, you get on the boat, they'll sign you a number. So if your number is 12, your fish will go into a sack, a burlap sack, a gunny sack for number 12. All the meals, anything you drink will go on your tab as number 12. And at the end of the day, you settle up. So I would suggest you kind of treat it like a restaurant. You know, if you didn't like the service, maybe 10%. If you were really happy with it, at least 20%. You know, it just depends what you're comfortable with. Because I'm in the industry and I'm a captain, I tip a lot higher than that. But, you know, it's just different for me. You know, but I would, you know, if you paid $100 to get on a boat, at least $20 tip would be good. You know, $25 would be great, something like that. The one thing you have to ask is some boats do this. Some boats, the tip for the galley doesn't get split with the deck. So, you know, you might want to give the galley cook some money for cooking all your food and everything, and then give another tip for the crew. So you just have to ask that question when you're on the boat. And I always ask before I tip, because one time I left $100 tip thinking it was for the whole crew, and I found out that only the cook kept it, and the crew thought I didn't tip them. So I had to explain that I gave it to the cook, and but that was a big mess. So that's why I always suggest you find out ahead of time. And now every time when I tip on a boat, I always ask, is the tip split amongst the whole crew, or is the galley separate from the deck crew and the captain? So do that. Up in Emeryville, the captains don't get any of the tip. If they have one or two deckhands, all the tip money, all the fish cleaning money goes to the two deckhands. And some boats, like the New Hook Fin, they just have one deckhand. So Dave does really good. He gets all the tip money and all the fish cleaning money. So that works out good. Daniel Hernandez, raw shrimp works at Catalina, reverse dropper loop. You should do just fine. Yeah, you can use a reverse dropper loop, or I think it was Rodney or whoever was on it last time. Just use a regular double dropper loop with two shrimp. Yeah, he was caught two at one time on one drop. How do you hook shrimp? How do you hook the shrimp for sheephead? There's two ways. You can use a hook that's designed for shrimp, a wide gap hook. So when you put the hook on there, when you slide the shrimp on there, it keeps its shape. But you really don't need to use the whole shrimp. I've seen lots of guys catch sheephead just using half a shrimp, but you don't have to use the whole shrimp. But some people like to use the whole shrimp. Do you peel the shrimp? No, you don't need to peel the shrimp, because when the sheephead see the shrimp in the water, probably looks more natural to them if it has the peel on there and everything they had on there. So yeah, I wouldn't peel it. Hello, Lloyd. Lloyd, we are doing the raffle today, and your tickets are in here. Hello, Guzman. Gary, I heard. Yeah, you don't want to be, Gary, you don't want to be up in Santa Barbara and Santa Rosa tomorrow night. I'm sure it's going to drop down before Saturday up there, but you don't want to be up there right now. Is Low Tech's asking, is Catalina good for lobster? Yes. The front side of Catalina is really good for lobster because there's no commercial fishing on the front side of lobster. Backside of lobster is the backside of Catalina is open for commercial fishermen. The front side isn't, so you do better on the front side. Jeff, what's the Frank Lepresti question? Gary Anderson. Dan, my wife and I want to try lobster trip with you this season. Yeah, that might happen. Yeah, we'll probably be doing a lobster trip too at Catalina on one of the either Triton or Gale Force, probably the Triton. But I have to talk to the boat and work that out. Yes, I agree with Rodney. You guys, please hit the like button. Yeah, Matthew, we're going to do a meet and greet once the COVID thing's done. I've got a couple of restaurants asking me to do it, so I'd like to meet some of you guys in person. It'd be nice if some of you could join me on the trip on the Triton on next week. Like I said, I have 10 spots available, and I do have 2 spots available for my charter this coming Saturday at the Long Beach private charter. So if any of you would like to join me, I do have 2 spots available. There's that link there for that. Yeah, Brian, I'm looking forward for Emeryville. I think we're gonna have a couple more trips, a couple more spots available for the Seawolf. I just got some news from a couple of guys, regulars of ours, that had to cancel because of COVID. Their company laid off like 100 people, and luckily they didn't get laid off, but they have to work because the other people got laid off. So we're going to have a few more spots available for that. John, thank you for your order. I just got it here for your raffle tickets. It's a year and a half, two. What else? Kyler, how you doing? Live fishing. Hey, Dan. What do you think about universal rod and reel for beginner rockfish tuna? Yeah, live fishing. There is no such thing as a rod for rockfish and tuna. I guess the closest thing you could do is if you had small tuna, like 20-pound tuna, 25-pound tuna, you could use a level line reel like a Lexus or a Komoda 400 size with 50-pound Spectra, 25-pound mono on top. And I would leave at least 75 yards of mono on top. Then you could use that for both for the small tuna, but do not take it for bluefin tuna fishing when they're catching 100-pound fish. I have seen a couple fish landed that way, but it's not fun, and it usually holds up the whole boat. Tyler just returned from Catalina on the Enterprise, got limits of bonita, 1 calico, 2 max, 5 short calicos, only 1 yellowtail was caught in the whole boat. Were you fishing, Tyler, on the front side? Well, I know on the Enterprise you're probably fishing the front side, but were you down by Avalon or were you guys on the west end of the island? I was just wondering where they were fishing. Brian, going to Catalina this Sunday, 3/4 day. Any recommendations? I will be there at Catalina on Sunday, Brian. You're going to want like a 25-pound outfit, 30-pound outfit should be all you need. And that way you can fish calico bass and yellowtail. And you can go to the bottom too if you want. I don't know if any of you saw Storage Wars last night. I was on there. So that was kind of fun. Kevin texted me and told me to watch it. I was on there. Calgro is the October time frame for lobster on the Triton. It'll probably be later in the year. Normally, when we go on the Triton, we go December or January. Normally, they're sold out first 2 months from everybody wanting to go lobster fishing. So we usually go a little bit later in the season, like December, January, sometimes November, but not in October. Yeah, you guys, Jeff caught a 245-pound bluefin today. That is a monster tuna. Way bigger than my biggest bluefin tuna. Matthew, is Farnsworth really worth it in a small boat? Not right now. A couple of months ago, it was probably worth it, but it's a long ways to go in a small boat. It's a long ways to go in a big boat. I've done it on some of the other boats, and it's a long ways to go. Takes up a lot of the fishing time. Vincent, how much do you usually charge for your lobster private charters? Season also, can you fish well? Sometimes you can normally fish before we start lobster fishing. Like we'll drop the hoop nets in the water, maybe an hour or so before it gets dark enough to start lifting them. And during that time, you can fish for them, but you can fish for fish with the rod and reel, fish for sand bass. Sometimes we get lucky and get halibut, but when we start lobster fishing, as a rule, there isn't much time to fish because like every 30 minutes, we are checking the hoop nets. Remember, we can't use traps, we have to use hoop nets. Marcus, they canceled his 2.5-day trip. Yep. Mr. Gonzalez, thank you very much for the nice comment. Tyler, okay. Terry just ordered some tickets. Thank you. Marcus. Okay. Yeah, Rodney likes his Lexus. So Tyler says both. They started at Avalon and got limits to Bonita. End of the day, 2 harbors. Okay. So most of Bonita were down by Avalon. Were you at the far end by the rock quarry, or were you guys over in front of Avalon? Yeah, the galley wars. That's kind of funny. Benny wants to know, can I recommend any combos for threshers? The smaller threshers, the fish under 80 pounds, you can use Alexa or Komoda. If you're going to go for fish over a couple 100 pounds, you just use the same gear as you would use for tuna fishing. Except you have to use wire leader, and you need to use a long wire leader for threshers because their tail at least 20 feet long wire leader. Rush Bar and Electric Force. I didn't know anything about that. I knew him when he used to manage a taco store in Vista. Any good spots for sand bass? Yeah, Iser's Reef has tons of sand bass. Supposedly, there's a sand bass out in Huntington Flats, out in the mud, that some of the private boaters have been going to get. I haven't gone out there in the mud looking for them, but they say they're there. And we've been catching them too at the Horseshoe. Tyler, well, Kelly and I saw the Fury, the Freelance, Patriot, Victory, and the Pescador. I'm surprised the Pescador is there. Normally they're at Clementi. The Cobra dude. And does hook color matter for live bait hooks? I don't know if hook color matters that much. I know the big selling point on red hooks is that it's a color that disappears down faster than other colors. I like red. I don't mind using red. I like black hooks. I like bronze hooks. The color I do not use is chrome hooks, nickel hooks. I never use that. I just think that that's too shiny, so I just don't use those. Let's see. A lot of conversations going on here. Happy birthday, Terry. What else is going on? Oh, Rodney's birthday's on Monday. Happy birthday, Rodney. Was it Bozzy Gonzalez? Do you think yellowtail will still be biting in October? Yeah, I think there'll be yellowtail in October. I don't know if they'll be up in the Channel Islands in October. I think they'll definitely be at San Clemente, Catalina, but I don't know about the Channel Islands. Jesse, I'm wondering what depth you would like to fish for calicos and rockfish in Long Beach. Um, Jesse, normally what we do when we fish the calico bass and sand bass is we put one person all the way on the bottom with the dropper loop rig, and then the other people we put fly lining on the surface. We might put one fly line with no weights at all, and another one with like a quarter or half ounce weight, probably quarter ounce weight, 3/4 ounce, a quarter ounce weight to most half ounce weight as a sliding sinker, and find out what depth the fish are on. I don't know if you guys saw that video that I put out there when you could see the fish. That GoPro was only about 8 to 10 inches down in the water, and the calicos were coming up, hitting their heads on the camera. So, when they're up like that, we just fly line fish. Tony, what's in the raffle? This is all in the raffle. So we have lures, box of hooks, magic minnow jig, another magic minnow jig, this jig, that, a bucktail, and one more magic minnow jig. So all that for $5. So we're gonna do the raffle here in a little bit, and we got a bunch of people buying tickets today. And we had a few last week. We only had one, I think, on Tuesday. Yeah, I'm sure that there's sand bass out in the flats. Like I said, I've heard the boats out there, but I haven't heard anybody. Haven't heard of any of the sport boats going out in the mud and looking for them like they used to do. Joe says he's having a hard time catching fish on a bucktail. Where are you fishing and what are you fishing them for? If you're fishing like a 1 ounce bucktail, or this is a half ounce for calicos, you just want to put a strip of squid. That's all you need. If you're going to fish for sculpin, use 2 of those bucktails with the sinker, or for rock fishing, you'll do really good. Hey, Richard, how you doing? So, Richard, we're all sold out for Sunday. Still need one more person for Saturday. We got 2 people on a trip for Saturday, but we got room for 2 more. So, Where is that trip? Yeah, so if any of you want to join me on a trip, half-day trip for this Saturday, there you go. There's a link. Got 2 spots open. Beat the heat and go catch some bass. And the trip that we just had Sunday, we had bonita, barracuda, and calico bass. Limits of bass and some nice barracuda, and I think we had like 6 bonita. Yeah, we have 2 spots open, Terry, if you want to be one of them for Saturday. That's a good question, Rodney. Yeah, Henry, I'm glad you liked that calico video. It was just crazy how many, and it's been like that for months. It's been like that where we just see tons of those fish. We just have to go through a bunch of shorts to get enough legals. So that's all. How do you get in the raffle? It's easy. You just buy a ticket. They're $5 a piece. Buy one, buy as many as you want. And we're going to do the raffle here probably in about 10 minutes. Something like that. And it takes you straight there. Now, when you buy your raffle ticket, make sure you put your shipping address in there or it won't go through. So, Aaron, you like those little videos I've been shooting with the passengers? All right, I'll do that. And sometimes I can't do it because I ask my clients if I can film it, and sometimes they don't want me to, but most of them have been kind enough to say that I can. Derek, we're doing the raffle today. Yeah, we're going to do the raffle in a few minutes. Yeah, it was kind of warm out there too. I understand that, Tyler. April. April. Give her some food. 2 of those are hot dogs. Here she comes. Derek, how come I can say for sculpin, I really like the bucktail for sculpin because if your bait comes off the bucktail, you're still going to catch fish with a pulsating action from the hairs here. And if you're using a straight hook and your bait comes off it, then all you have is a straight hook and you're not going to catch anything. So sculpin and those perch down there are really good at pulling your bait off. That's why I really like using the bucktail. And I would use a 1/2 ounce or 1 ounce for the sculpin. This one here is a 6 ounce. The trip that we had in the city of Long Beach when we went sculpin fishing last month, I think it was, yeah, July, I used a 4 ounce bucktail on the bottom and a 1 ounce on top, and it worked really good. And they ate both of them. I didn't use any sinkers at all. Or sheephead and Catalina the same quality of? I don't think so. I mean, you can catch a big sheephead Oz at Catalina. I've caught them there well over 10 pounds, and I think the biggest one I've seen was probably about 12 pounds, maybe 15 pounds. Larry got a monster there one year, years ago. But you're probably going to catch much bigger ones at the Channel Islands, Santa Barbara, Nick, stuff like that. But Nick would be a great place to catch sheephead. But you can catch them at Catalina. I wouldn't plan on catching a big one. Yeah, Derek, they work a lot better than using a straight hook. Well, I caught a 25-pound sheephead on a bucktail. That's awesome. I wish I had that picture. All right, so we're going to do the raffle here in a couple minutes. So this will be like one of your last warnings to get your raffle ticket. And I'm going to go have some of my mom's cooking here soon. It's already after 8 o'clock. The fishing in San Diego has been pretty good. They found a new spot of fish south of San Diego with a lot of Dorado and yellowtail on it. The only problem is it's been the wind the last couple of days. So hopefully that's going to go away and we'll see more of them. So we'll see what happens. But there is a video that will be out tomorrow that you can see from the manager of H&M Landing talking about the local conditions. And it really looks like this bite's going to go on, probably to December with all the hurricanes. We were talking earlier that there's so many hurricanes coming up right now that there's 2 hurricanes coming up right this minute. And in the past 2 weeks, there's been 2 hurricanes. So there's going to be more hurricanes coming up. And just a reminder, guys, I have 10 spots available for Thursday on the Triton. So if any of you would like to sign up, here's a link for that. I'd like to get out with more people on that trip. All right, let me see who's bought tickets, more tickets today, so I can include you into the raffle. Yeah, make sure you guys put your shipping address on the on your order. If not, your thing will fail. A couple of you that tried to buy a raffle ticket failed because you probably didn't do that, or you didn't didn't put the correct zip code with your order for the credit card. And a few more tickets here. Then we will do the raffle. Let's see who else got a ticket here? Got Tracy here. Let's see who else. Oh, Teresa. Yeah, so if any of you want to go fishing Saturday, I really want to get the boat out on Saturday, so please buy a ticket. Like I said, I only have on that Saturday. It's just gonna be a half day trip. We already got 2 people on the boat, so I'd like to get the trip out so those 2 people can go. And then Sunday's all sold out going to Catalina. There's 3 Dan Hernandez's here today. There was 3 in my high school class, so it wouldn't matter. So the Triton trip is a little bit more expensive than a normal, like the Enterprise 3/4 day trip, because those boats will carry over 30 people, and we take like 20 people on our trips, and we're filming it for TV. So it's a little bit more money. Okay, Daniel, hurry up real quick because we're ready to do the raffle. Give you a couple more minutes. Rodney, I never heard of anybody using snails for sheep head. Yeah, Triton's a great boat. It's got bunks in it too, so it's a good boat. It has really nice bathrooms. Real comfortable boat. We're going to Catalina. And it's got a good cruise, so it's worth paying the extra $10, $15 to fish on the boat. I really like it. And what I really like about them too is the Triton and the Gale Force. They fish Catalina every day, unless there's tuna or something. But as a rule, every day they're at Catalina, so they're not really guessing where to go fish the next day. They know from fishing all week, all month, where the best spots are. So that's what I would suggest. Mr. Cali Cool. If you're a new angler, I would really recommend you come out on one of my private charter trips. Maybe get some friends together and book a trip with me, or come with me Saturday on that trip that I've been posting. You just get one spot. I'll put a link here for you right now. And then you can see the gear that I use, and you can see the gear that I think would be good for you as a new angler. And we can show you the different hooks to use, why I like circle hooks for new people, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you can't use cherry bombs or M80s or anything on seals. You will go to jail. You're not even allowed to yell at them. Terry, yes, your raffle ticket order did go through. And the one guy that I was talking about, it looks like he redid his order, and it went through the second time. Yeah, it's always limited load on when we film a TV show. It says right on the website how many people. So even though a boat like the Enterprise can carry 90 people when it's not COVID, we don't take that many people. Even a boat like the Trident can take 30 people. We don't take that many people. So we always limited load just to make it easier for filming. Jeff, are you still on TV Saturdays? Yes, this is my 34th year on TV. We're not on at 4:30, but we are on at 5:30 on Saturdays. 5:30 on KDOC, Channel 56. Some of the guys that are here from Northern Cal and from Oregon, Washington, they watch me on Comcast Sportsnet, and we're on 3 to 4 days a week on that. And you don't have to get up early to watch that. They have us on the evenings and mornings. And then in San Diego, you can watch us on Cox. Santa Barbara, they watch us on Cox too. So, John, on my private charters, yes, I provide all the fishing tackle. On the TV filming trips, I don't provide the tackle, but you can rent the tackle there on at the landing. Richard, whole shrimp. You don't have to use whole shrimp. You can just use part shrimp. Jamie was on the Gale Force Tuesday. Was trying to get on the boat with you. Jamie, we have a trip on the Gale Force next month. Has room on it. If you want to join us, just go to my website and you can see all the trips that we have there. Again, this is the link for the trip I have next Thursday on the Triton, and you're welcome to join us there. But we do have like 10 spots right now to join us. Yeah, tomorrow for the weather. Let me take a quick look here. Tomorrow's Friday. Friday night, they're calling for 10 knot winds, 2 to 3 foot swells. So if you're on a big boat like the Monte Carlo, that'll be fine. Saturday, 10 knot winds in the afternoon. So by then, we'll be headed in already because we're at the dock by 1 o'clock. 2 foot swell, so that won't be bad. Sunday's even nicer, only 1 foot swell, 10 knots. But it looks like they might have fog in the morning. Yeah, if you want to come with us on the Trident, sign up. Like I said, I don't think the boat's going to sell out on the Trident just because we still have 10 spots to sell and the trip is in a week. So I don't know, maybe people will sign up last minute if they catch a lot of yellowtail. But we'll see. All right, let me see if there's any last people. When fishing Tracy's asking, when using a feathered jig head, have you ever used a jig with black feathers? Are you talking about like a tuna feather for trolling? Then I would say, yes, I've done that. Or are you talking a bucktail? I haven't seen a bucktail with black hairs before. Cool. Jeff is going to go fish for the big boys on Sunday. Jeff, you got to send me some pictures of your big fish so I can put them on Instagram. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead with the raffle here. Let's see who's going to win. We got everybody's name in here. April. All right, for the raffle for these prizes, and the winner is Terry. You won. Terry Stevens. She just bought a bunch of tickets today, but a bunch of other tickets in here still. All right, Terry, you won. Congratulations. Must be because it was your birthday yesterday. Congratulations, you won. For April, last piece. So Terry. You're lucky. That's the second time you won this thing. All right, Terry, so got all these prizes for you. If you end up fishing with us Saturday, I'll bring them. If not, I can mail them to you next week. Would I post a link to Triton? Yeah, I posted it a bunch of times, but I'll do it again right now for you, Terry. The Triton trip is right here. So here's a link for the Triton trip. And then look for the videos I'll be posting you guys. I have some videos coming up the next 2 days, and some tomorrow too for that I filmed at H&M Landing and some tackle stores. And then Tyler, maybe want to do some pier video. I don't know if you guys saw pictures. I was walking around Belmont Pier on Monday, and I got to meet a bunch of people. I was surprised how many people recognized me on the pier. I guess because I was asking a bunch of fishing questions. But I got recognized a lot, and I had to take some pictures with people, which is nice. It's an honor when people ask me to take a picture with them. I really appreciate that. So I'd like to go and try to shoot a couple videos on the pier. Not sure, Belmont Pier, Huntington Pier, Seal Beach Pier. Maybe I'll let Tyler let me know which is a good pier to try. But it was neat. It was neat to meet all those people. And when I was in high school and early ages in college, I fished a lot on that Belmont Pier. So it was neat to see the guys fishing there. And I didn't see anybody using the old techniques I used to use. So I'd like to go do that again. So maybe if some of you want to meet me on the pier, we could do that too. It'd be kind of fun. Alrighty. Yeah, Dana Point Pier. Maybe. I haven't fished that one before. I was thinking about something closer to me. And again, guys, if you guys can join me on any of our trips, private charters, anything like that, or on the trip on the Triton, please go ahead and do that. Sign up. And then once this COVID thing is over, I will do a meet and greet, or we can all get together and talk and stuff. But it'd be nice to meet a bunch of you guys. All right. Yeah, I think Belmont Pier would be good too. When I was there on Monday, they were catching bonita, and one guy caught a sargo. That's pretty cool. Juan, what happened to the Coral Sea trip? The wind. It's blowing 35 knots tonight in Santa Barbara, and the boat couldn't get off the dock, so couldn't do that. Yeah, Tyler, I just want to go have some fun and film a little YouTube video. I don't want to do an event, but maybe we could do an event later, a Pier Derby later, when COVID's over. Not doing any big group things right now. So we'll do that. All right. So yeah, so meet me on a boat, guys. Let's go do some fishing. Either join me on the Triton or join me on a private charter. Like I said, I do have 2 spots open for Saturday's trip. So hopefully some of you guys can join me there and we can fill that boat up. All right, guys, thanks again. Nice talking to you. I will see you on Tuesday. Be here Tuesday. Bye, everybody.